about that hashtag content.
It is all about that hashtag content. Good evening, folks. It is Wobbly Player Syndrome, episode 25. Oh my god. 25. Just as old as I am. Fabulous. We are here. Today's episode is Why Are We Here? It's going to be very exciting. Oh, I just realised I've got the side panel open. We don't need to see all that stuff.
What? I can see it.
Yep, good. All right, welcome. We have the usual crew here. I am Greg, and I speak hopefully louder than the rest this time. And I won't say below me because it sounds wrong. Over here we have our not safe for work. Oh no, safe for work, Mark. G'day, Mark.
Hey.
We have the radio man himself, Michael.
Hey.
And the lovely Isabel.
And definitely not safe for work.
Well, that's why we invite you last.
Does any of us count as the safe for work version of anything?
I don't know.
Mark weighs a lot less than Mark.
Yes.
Now, we are streaming via the Wobbly Player Syndrome... the RLG Twitch channel. So everyone needs to quickly check that it's actually working.
Alright. What's the suffix? Twitch.tv/
RL... Oh, what is it? Good point. Real Loud Gamers. That's
sure
right,
I just
folks.
linked it, if that helps.
Yep. Looks like it's working, which is exciting. This, for our Wobbly Player Syndromes, they will be on here. Why is that not working? That should be working. What did I say it was? Real Loud Gamers?
Something like that.
Yep.
Real Loud Gamers.
Brought to you by Real Loud Gamers.
Available at www.twitch.tv/realloudgamers.
How is everyone tonight?
Real loud. Thanks.
Real loud?
Yes.
I will be heard.
I am both real and loud.
Yeah, well, I'm not real. I'm just very, very loud.
Very, very loud. What's been going
Touch
on?
my face. I've got a drink.
Oh, yes. So, in honour of the coronavirus, someone's decided to, if we touch our face, it is a drink. And if we
That someone was me. Shut up.
Don't give away the surprise.
I hope everyone's got a drink.
Till half-time. No, I ran out just before we started.
Oh, no.
Guys, get more.
I haven't had beer for days.
So,
No.
it's Monday. Drink.
What could possibly go? I don't have to get up early in the morning because my son's orchestra lessons have been cancelled due to the virus. So I can sleep in.
I hope people don't start panic buying beer or I'm in trouble.
I've already started panic buying beer. Sorry. But I always panic buy beer. As soon as I get paid, it's like beer, 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 beer. And then 2 days later, it's gone. But never mind.
Well, that happens. Okay, so, cool. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything is working because it is a new stream for us.
It is well. Speaking of new, should we...
What's new? What's happening? What's in the hip hat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of hip-hoppening new news is there?
Yeah.
Well, actually, because we got delayed, there's been a heap of new releases recently.
Yeah.
You know, we had the Psychic Awakening, The Greater Good, which happened, I think, just after the last podcast.
Yep.
Which, you know, included Commander Shadow Sun and all that. There was a bunch of start collectings, like Gene Stealer Cults. They put the Kelemorph in its own box. What are they doing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to keep my hands away from my freaking face.
Oh, like,
I'm leaning on my fist now.
yeah, this was just confusing me there. There was a new Adeptus Titanicus core set, which was really cool.
I can touch my face.
It was an X-Pack for that. There was the Nemesis Titans. They brought out those weird chibi figures in the blind
They look
bags.
cool!
That's it. I need to look up Chibi. Keep
They
talking,
do
sorry.
look cool. It's another way
just
to
like
teach your kids to gamble.
more,
It's awesome.
things. Yeah, teaching kids to gamble yet again. There was an X-Pack for Blackstone Fortress. No Respite, because always good to have more Warhammer Quest stuff, because I love it. There was House of Chains from Necromunda, including like Goliath cards, and the Forgeborn and the Stimmers came out. Those are really cool new models. There was the the Goliath Berserkers from Forge World. They look like fucking World of Warcraft trolls. They're enormous. It's great. All of the old exclusive Age of Sigmar figures that were only available in box sets got released in single packs. There was the Howling Banshees, the Incubi, Janzar, Drazhar, all got released in their own boxes. Seraphon got a new battle tome. They also got some cool terrain, the Realm Shaper engine or whatever it's called. And they put up just over the weekend a bunch of new pre-orders for the Sisters of Battle: Canonesses, Dialogus, Imagifiers, Immolators, Repentia, Rhinos, Seraphim. And they announced a bunch of stuff which hasn't come out yet but is in the future, like the teasers for what looks like it's obviously a new Fabius Bile model, a bunch of new Esh stuff. The female
Escher stuff?
Yeah, Escher.
Yeah, new stuff.
I need a new Canoness, because we'll talk about it during the hobby section. Sorry.
And they showed us previews of the Saga of the Beast box set, Prophecy of the Wolf, with the new Primaris, Ragnar Blackmane, and Gazkal Thraka, which is kind of cool. So heaps of stuff.
How good does Gazkal look? Oh my god, that was just awesome.
Gazkal just looks better every time they re-release him.
He's just, I do love how one of the features of the new model, you can make him look left or right.
How is it fun for the whole family?
You can make him look left because he's going to crump you.
Yeah.
You can make him look right because he's going to shoot you.
That's the theory. How exciting. But he does.
He's the one that's sort of leaning over. He is leaning over. His freaking gun's too big.
Oh,
yeah.
It's an orc. It's not meant to make sense.
I've had a
out.
cold for a little while. No fever though, so apparently not.
Oh my god! Yeah, so we all know what's going on in the world. I was suffering hay fever last week, and the stares, everyone looking at me. It's not a symptom. Calm down.
I'm not sick, you fucks.
Here, give me.
I was walking the dog the other day. I was walking along Burke Street, and interestingly enough, it's usually quite busy. Not at all busy. Sunday afternoon. It's usually, quieter than usual, but not absolutely dead. Anyway, walking
they're
along,
all at Woolies.
dude coming along, of course, trying to get toilet paper. Coming along opposite me, walking his dog, I'm walking my dog, and then this immense hacking cough comes from an apartment across the road.
Yeah.
And we both look at each other and both burst out laughing, and I'm like, quarantine! And he's like, oh my god, in this day and age.
Touch face.
I drink.
I want to scratch my nose, but I don't dare.
I really want to scratch my nose too, because God damn it. Anyway,
Have you got a ruler? Good. Get a ruler. Scratch your nose with the ruler.
Yes.
What's that over there?
That won't do anything bad, will it?
I have a screwdriver.
Where's the
You
hammer?
have a hammer.
You have a hammer.
You have a coat hanger.
I do have. I have a scar right there from hitting myself in the head with a hammer when I was a kid.
I've got a bottle opener, but it's not going to be very good at scratching it.
But it might crack it open.
Ow! Ow! Oh god! Alright, well I just opened my nose and it feels very awful.
And now we all have itchy heads because we've been talking about itchy heads.
Oh, do you want me to make your heads itchy? Ready? Nits, 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 nits.
That's not touching your face. It doesn't count.
Nits!
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, my kids get
have
nits.
come home with nits.
Yeah, my kids gave me nits. And I nearly gave them to someone else.
The last time that nits came home, like the kids turned out to not have them. Just my wife had them because I was fine.
Yeah.
Yes. I tend not to like the shorter hair.
So where were we? Talking about 40k, right? Yeah, good.
Yes. Well, the Escher, they got like the crazy new huntresses and undead assassins, which is a weird
And
one.
the weird cat-looking thing.
Yeah, they got crazy stuff.
Yeah, it looks good. But I want to go back to that catachant. Oh, I'm going to throw this at you.
Yes,
So,
we were supposed to pull out our beer opener.
so
Was that kind of
Careful or I'll
scream?
shove it up my nose.
yeah, Games Workshop did Games Workshop did show us what the new exclusive mini will be for the birthday celebrations for this year. And it is indeed a Catachan model, not a Space Marine! And it is a woman. And it is... You'll see the picture of it in the bottom corner of the stream. If you haven't seen it, get on it. It is a magnificent mini. I cannot wait to get... I'm going to say my grubby hands on it, but that sounds inappropriate. But
It does, but you know what? Go with it.
yeah, because I still will. It just looks fantastic. I just think it's long overdue. So it's,
Is she a named character, or
No.
like, is there any detail other than just like the
she's
the
kick-ass.
photo, or
No, it'd be like the generic Primaris lieutenants that you
Her
get
name is
every bit.
Kate.
But you may call me Bob.
It's short. Kate. It's short for Bob.
Yep. It looks fantastic. I can't wait. I only have to wait another 46 weeks before I get it. I'm excited.
You might be allowed out of your house by that stage.
Yeah.
It is a pretty cool looking model.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so
yeah,
cool.
I quite like
It's not
it.
as cool as the Escher Gangers, I've got to say. I'm just looking at them. They are just such anime
I
masterpieces.
just
Oh,
want
aren't they though?
to. Yeah.
They're so
I'm
cool.
going to touch my face again. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I scratch my nose. There we go.
Yeah,
Now I need to
it's
drink.
going to be pretty. I just want to. I'm so excited that they brought out a mini that's not a Marine, and I hope it's a sign of things to come. That the celebration doesn't always have to be a goddamn Ultramarine based Marine.
I agree. Fuck Ultramarine.
Yeah.
I hear
haters
that.
gonna hate?
Yes, I am.
You're a Tyrant player, Mark. Calm down.
Well, yeah, I am a bit dirty on my Marines these days.
Are you actually Ultramarines?
Yeah,
Because I'm like,
Damn it.
I'm like semi-fallen Ultramarines.
I've played Ultramarines for over 20 years, and then decided Nids was a good idea.
I played Crescent Moons, which was my dodgy Ultramarines chapter that was just hack and just an excuse for me to craft crap. How
Well,
long did I probably played it for about 10 years and then
Yeah.
gave it up. So
As you do.
Yeah. So, speaking of building up stuff, no segue there, just move on. Battle reports. How are we going for battle? No, we got hobby progress or battle reports? It's only 25 episodes. You'd think we'd know what we're doing by now.
as if I know the run
Your
sheet.
hobby progress next.
Hang on, is there a
Hobby
run
progress.
sheet?
Yeah, I keep it up.
Yeah, hobby progress.
Yeah, hobby progress is next. So we should progress our hobby. Michael,
Yep.
progress your hobby.
My hobby has actually been progressing a lot. Like, since the last podcast, I built a bunch of Nurgle models. I've been, like, painting Nurgle models. I built a bunch more Khorne demons. I've been rebasing Khorne demons today. I built a bunch more Necromunda stuff, like put my Orlok and my Delark together, and I just sprayed them today. I've got back to painting my Goliath that I built like 2 years ago. Got my Cawdor up to scratch. Been painting new Cawdor because my Cawdor gang is expanding ever larger. I've done a shit ton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do when you're quarantined now? You run out of stuff.
It
No,
is
he'll
physically
never run out of
No,
impossible.
he'll never run out of stuff.
Did you
Are
see
you
that
serious?
box? Did you see the box of Titans that I still
Yes.
have to reassemble?
Yeah.
So it's
There is-
impossible for me to run out
It's
of
like saying
stuff.
GW's going to run out of stuff.
Yeah,
I think Michael's got more.
yeah. The running joke is that I can stop collecting and I'll be fine until the day I die with what I've already got and haven't built.
Fair enough. Well, I haven't done much. I got a lot out. Actually, if I fix up my camera so you can actually see behind me. Oh, you can't see much. But it's the stuff. Got all the Marines out to see what I actually had to build and paint. I went, oh, there's actually not that many. Because I'm still trying to do that. Do not buy anything until they're all painted. So I bought the Black Library miniatures. And...
Because technically it's not 40k.
yeah, and the Primaris Marine, that was the celebration one, and Corpse Grinder gang. But I haven't bought anything because I haven't.
I haven't bought anything else.
only bought the following 40 miniatures.
I've bought a real minimum of stuff. I mean,
Yes.
it's less than I've bought in the
I'm
internet, so-
claiming that the Primaris Marine for the birthday, I haven't bought that because I haven't given money to the mate who picked it up for me yet. So that's not a purchase yet.
You've just got to paint everything you own before you pay him.
That's it.
I'm sure he'll be excited.
It doesn't count if I buy them on ticker. It's good.
Afterpay. That's fine. I've got 3 months.
It's the beer economy. I give him a case, he gives me a model,
take
it doesn't
beer.
count.
Yeah. Mark, how about you? Any hobby progress for you?
I have painted a little bit of green and a bit of rust, which people probably can't see in this light.
Or on the
It's sort of-
podcast, you're right.
yeah. Anyway, but yeah, there's some blotches of paint on there, like, yeah. So I've kind of failed.
All right, here's the more exciting one. Isabel, hobby progress?
Well, you saw on Facebook, if you follow me, and I follow you back, because I'm very exclusive, that I had some of my son's friends over, and they painted all afternoon, and that's why I need a new main sister, because one of my son's friends painted her, and he did a good job. It's good. It's very bronze, lots of bronze, but it's just, yeah, she's painted now, so I can't paint her, and I'm a bit disappointed. But my 8-year-old painted a Thunderhammer Terminator, which I'm holding up to the camera. You can't see because you're on a podcast. And my eldest painted my heavy sister, so they're all painted. I did a little bit of work on my chaplain for the Crescent Moons, the one that I started painting in dark blue and then realized that chaplains are actually supposed to be black. So I stopped painting dark blue and started painting white instead, because that's fun. So hobby
White,
progress,
the new black.
am painting. And I had YouTube running. We were watching a whole bunch of Black Magic models, or Black Magic, whatever it's called, miniatures, on YouTube. He's so cool. Canadian guy, makes some amazing dioramas and stuff. It was very cool. Anyway, so my hobby progress is, it's beginning.
Your hobby progress was that there was progress.
Yes. It's exciting.
I have touched brush to miniature.
Yeah,
That is-
that's technically that's what I did this month too.
I touched my
just
miniature.
Just a little bit of a dab.
Just don't expect me to touch dice to table, let me tell you.
No, that's fair.
It's early.
I
New
did get
Ashes.
those- I did pre-order those
I
ones
wanna
that
play Necromunda.
that have the one as fuck.
What?
What?
So you roll the dice, and if you get a one,
Oh, yeah, I saw
it's the
them.
same
Yeah,
dice.
the one is
Yeah.
says
Yeah,
fuck.
I've never needed that dice. I just say it myself.
Exactly.
I just
Now-
roll,
now
and as many
now
ones as I
don't
get, it's
need-
like fuck, 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 fuck.
Yeah. Now I don't need to say it. It's there.
There you
All
go.
right, I hit on a 2+. Anything but fuck.
Fuck.
It's a
Maybe I
pretty
should bring
dice.
Necromunda
I
up
did
this
see-
weekend.
Yes, you should.
Better
Oh,
go.
did I say that?
I don't know how to play. Oh, god damn it.
Greg just touched his face and had to drink.
Where's that dice? Fuck.
Oh god, I've got to have dice.
No.
Fuck.
You just,
I'm gonna get my
just
son
leave
to
it on
find
the table, fuck side up.
Yeah.
Just-
Alright,
Might have-
let's move on to the battle reports. Michael, I'm going to leave you last because I'll get you to talk about the Necromunda thing that seems to be going on everywhere. Iz can go first because that's usually short.
Nothing.
There we go. Now we've almost finished Dawn of War 2 campaign co-op.
That's true. We're nearly there.
Yeah. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
touch my face again. God damn
Oh
it.
man, I got to do it too. Mark,
Yes.
you talk while we scratch our face.
So I don't have any actual battle progress outside of Necromunda. So
You're allowed
I
to
guess
talk
that
about
kind
it.
of segues. So it was my Van Sar against a inquisitorial party with a space marine in it.
What?
I had I got incendiaried by their Space Marine,
Flame on.
which set like all my leadership on fire, and they proceeded to run around and do not a whole lot of other things than being burnt alive. Then one of my guys
Were they
managed.
Australian?
One of my guys managed to shoot the Space Marine and like incapacitate him,
Yeah.
and then we ran away.
Bravely
Yeah, I was
ran
going
away.
to say, it didn't go that bad. You did absolutely face-fuck that Marine with a plasma gun.
Oh yeah, like a maximum plasma gun.
He just
And
rolled
I
up,
even-
stuck it down his jowls, and was like,
Well, not only that, but it did actually like explode and knock out the guy who shot the gun too. So
which was double hilarious.
yeah, exactly. So it was a good exchange there. My Juve, who I've called
Good.
Chuck Norris.
It's an interesting one.
I called one of my Juves Chuck Norris because I figured he's got nothing else going for him, and he wound up with an eye injury, so now I've got to create a bionic Chuck Norris.
Nice.
But yeah,
Everybody else is
otherwise it
Yeah.
was a great game.
I did see the meme that Chuck Norris got coronavirus. Now the coronavirus is in quarantine.
Yeah,
I thought it was already in quarantine after being hit by Peter Dutton.
I did see that was a great one. It's the first case of it crossing over to food. For you international people, just look it up.
Yeah. The Irish are pissed that it is infected a potato.
Exactly.
Hello.
And for those totally confused as to why the fuck there's a Space Marine in Necromunda,
Yes.
that's because using the Venator rules, you can make a gang entirely composed of bounty hunters who are incredibly customizable. So you can choose to take a low movement, high toughness, high strength guy as a bounty hunter for your Venator gang. You can then super over equip him to give him like heavy carapace armor with an armored undersuit and a giant fuck off chainsword, and you effectively, rules wise, produce a guy with a Space Marine level armor save and a high strength and toughness. So Nathan is using a Space Marine to represent this model because it's equivalent to what he has.
Is
Because
that
he's
the only model he gets? Because it sounds a bit OP.
It's like a 500 credit model
Holy
in a 1,000
crap.
credit gang.
yeah. So all of the other guys he had were just rubbish and just
Yeah.
basically evaporated.
Yeah, his
Um,
warband is the Marine, an Inquisitor, and a bunch of shit kickers.
Yeah, it's Marine and Friends.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, we'll talk about beauty lists one day. Anyway, I had one game of something. Oh, 40k game round at Adam's place. What was it? Oh, yeah, he played his... He's still learning his Damon's Slaanesh. So, I'll bring my witches there. Should be a nice even battle. So I got stomped. Badly. There's Slaanesh. I thought, alright, hand-to-hand. Witches are meant to be hand-to-hand. Should be balanced up. I forgot that every Slaanesh Damon attacks first no matter what. And that was just...
Well,
By the
not
time I
no
got to
matter
attack
what.
back... Well, if I don't
If
have
you
something to
charge,
counter
you
it.
alternate. Yeah, but if you charge, you alternate.
If I charge...
It's all very well when it's your turn.
Yeah.
No, if
Like,
I charge
they count
them...
As they count as charging. So
Yeah.
if you charge them and it's your turn, you pick a unit that charged. They pick any of their units that count as charging. Then you pick one of your units that charged. Then they pick one of their units that count as charged. They do not always automatically go first, even before charging.
Where was that
That's
in the
not how
rules?
the rule works. That's what the rules say.
No, the rule says
yeah.
they attack first.
No, the rules do say that.
That is what the rules
We
say.
read the
Dave.
rules! Oh, son of a monkey. I wondered why there was so much pen marks on the rules.
In
Yeah,
by
that
the
guy.
like over the fit.
I think you will find.
Well, okay, fine. I'll have to go try again.
Yeah, I mean, they are really good, but they're not that good.
Oh, just, yeah, every time I said, oh my god. And then they do the morale test and said, you can't fail it. I know, but if I roll a 1, they come back. You
Yes.
son of a
Yeah.
motherless goat. So, yeah. And
So you had a fun game.
oh no, it was fun. He just happened to pull every tactical objective card that he was sitting on, and I'm going, I have to defend objective 2, which your entire army's sitting on. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was fun.
Look,
I learned a bit more about them, and the witches will still get buried again. I thought, well, I'll take them out into the sun. Bad move.
In his defense, my Nurgle demon's horribly penis his Slanesh demons, so he was probably due for a good win.
The turn of phrase.
Yes.
And one would think that Slanesh would have a lot more penises.
Well,
Really?
Nurgle,
Excess.
we're very accommodating, and we can recover from injuries.
Yeah.
Yes, but your penises all fell off in the first century.
That just means that that means that we can use them more easily. We have more range of
To
movement.
bludgeon people.
Bludgeon with it. Why do you think the weapon has plague?
Right, Michael, please talk about Necromunda because there seems to be an event going on.
And you've got an air bubble in your throat.
So yeah, I finally started this little Necromunda campaign that we're doing. It's mostly kind of focused on teaching people the rules and stuff, so it's only like a little short 3-month thing that's not super serious. And yeah, it seems to be going pretty good. There was like 4 games, I think, at the monthly meet of Necromunda.
Yep.
And we've got a bunch of people doing it. I've played a couple of games since then. A couple of other people. I'm trying to think if they've played games. But yeah, no, it's been really good, and I've been loving the chance to play Necromunda.
Looks, it's got me doing FOMO. That's why I got the corpse grinder. I've got to put them together.
Well, yeah, like I got to play against the Inquisition, and the Flesh to that Space Marine just tore my guys to pieces, which was hilarious because I hit him in the chest with a crack grenade, and he just went lol, and then just cut me in half. So
Wow.
you know,
That's why I don't feel so bad about being set on fire and running away.
yeah, my guys, they were like, oh yeah, we'll just hit him with everything, and the Marine was like, nope. It's like, oh, you got a 5+ save.
Because if I had managed to stay in another round, I would have coup de grace him. And
Well, yeah, like you were in that great position. You'd taken out the good guys, and it was like your shit guys versus their shit guys, and then it was like, it kind of then turned against you. But
Yeah.
it was very nearly a heroic victory.
and my dice hated me. Dice hated me that day.
Oh, not as much as they hated Anto. Like, I played him and his poor
Right.
forces.
Isabel level hated?
Well, he had 3 guys go down in one
I've rolled
game,
7 ones.
and
Out of
2 of
Had
them...
6 dice.
Was it him that had 2? Where he had 2 guys come up dead, like come up dying, and it was
Wow.
like you've got one champion. We can take one of them to the doctor, and the other dies, and the other one you get to roll to see if they die. It's like, ooh.
Ouch.
That's rough.
Yeah, he chose to save his leader.
A reasonable,
Yeah.
reasonable thing.
It was a hilarious game though. Like, I picked up some bomb rats for one of my Cawdor,
Yeah.
and the bomb rats have been fucking great. In the first game, they were horribly effective against the Inquisition. Since then, I keep blowing them up in my own guys, because my guy
Nice.
keeps failing his intelligence checks. So it's just great. I'm loving it.
That is awesome.
In my last game, it was like, alright, I'm going to use the bomb rat. I could probably throw them from this distance, but the rats are more fun. So long as I get a 7 or higher on 2 dice, which is above average, then he should be good. Rolls a 6. Okay, as long as they go in any direction except that direction, I'm good. They run straight to my leader's feet and blow up.
Is the way. So this tournament, you keeping a ladder or anything to it? Is there a
It's-
point? Or is it just
like,
play?
It's not really a tournament. It's just like the type of campaign we're playing is a turf war campaign, whereby, you know, the winner of a turf war campaign is whoever has the highest reputation at the end of it.
Okay.
And you're supposed to get the 2 highest guys, and they fight off.
Yeah. How's it going?
We hope we're doing that. It's going pretty good. I think most people have played at least 2 games.
Yep.
Most of us got 1 game in on the monthly meet, and then there's been a bunch of kind of pickup games during the month. So
I know, it's been great. It's been great. I've been really enjoying the storytelling with the written battle reports too, and I'm encouraging you to take control and put more on the RLG. You know what I'm saying? Words.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to put like the daily games up there or just put the monthly event up there.
No, put them
You're
all up.
talking about the empty RLG toilet paper palette, yes?
Yes. Please put more words there.
Sorry. I'm smiling
Yes.
sheepishly.
Please put it on our RLG 40K Facebook page. How's that? It's a good plug?
That was a very good plug.
Thanks.
What was that website again? Face.
Book of the
Book
Face.
Friend
Yeah.
face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Face comic.
Yeah, that's it. If anyone does care, the ladder for the 40K game, top 5 is myself, Steve P, Steve H, Michael C, Mark K. You're still in 5th, Mark, even you haven't played a game. Well done to you.
Well, I haven't played a game either, and I'm in like 47.
Oh, hang on, that's not right. Somebody has changed it, and it's not actually accurate. Who would have thought? So, talk amongst yourself.
While you
All right.
Yeah.
How do I get
Do
a
the
game of
research.
Necromunda?
Just like do up a gang and organize a game, or come along to the monthly meet next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can't find one before
Yeah.
then.
I'll try and get my
Not only
gang.
that, just you can hook up a gang. Like I'm kind of running this super lazy, so it's like just organize games. As long as you don't repeatedly play the same person, it's cool. And just play games. Play more games.
Play more games.
Yes.
Speaking of games,
The-
okay, so the top 5 in the ladder at the moment is I am still on top, holding a lead over Stephen Parker. And then Stephen Hoyle is in 3rd. Chris, one of the new guys to the gang, he has had 3 wins on the trot, and Anthony has table flipped most of them. And then Michael, you are sitting in 5th. So Mark, you're not in the top 5. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's perfectly justified.
I don't know. Adam's about to overtake you. Yeah.
Everyone should overtake me. I haven't played a single 40K game this year. It's like,
Neither have I.
Yes, you have. You obviously have because you got a score and you won it.
What?
Not you, Isabel.
no.
I was say, Jesus Christ.
Oh, actually,
Who is this?
maybe back
Stealing
in
my
January.
identity?
Smoke.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to our ad break so we can move on to talking about why we're actually here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I touched my face. That's even worse.
Why here?
Why?
No, I need to get another beer.
Okay, so we're going to put an ad break now. I tried to tweak a new ad break because we're sick of hearing the same one over and over again. It could sound crap because it was like done 5 minutes before we started streaming. So with that, enjoy a sponsor.
I can't wait to listen to it. Yay!
From acoustic to distortion, Storyboard Concept is music that's honest, relaxing, and full ball rockin' music. Follow Colin at storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com.
We are Rollers, and we have the games for you. Be it board games, card games, dice games, or party games. You name it, and we have it. Find us online at rollersboardgames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at rollersboardgames.
You have to be very quick because we are actually back. So the ad seems to be very quick, and I don't know if we talked over the top of it, but it's very exciting. So Rollers Board Games, I hope you love your new ad. It's not my voice. Yeah.
So who did you con into getting a... How did you get voice actors?
My wife walked past me. Oi, you! It was almost one of my sons, but then he has to read. So that is the new one. Again, Rollers Board Games is having a sale at the moment. It's pretty cool. But anyway, new board. Oh, there's a board game coming up. Anyway, whatever. Who cares? It's only Rollers. I'm still waiting for some artwork from him, so yeah, he's got to hurry up. So, topic of the month. Why are we here? Well, it's a pretty self-indulgent episode, actually. We're just talking about ourselves and why we're playing. How good is that? Hard-hitting facts right there. Game changers, really.
Hard hitting arm journalism.
So, episode 25, and we're talking about ourselves. Here we go. We've got people jumping on to say, no ads, please, no. It's fair enough. I did record them badly. Michael, you've been playing the game for what? What time is it now? How long have you been playing?
I've been playing a long time. I want to say 93.
I was going to say 90
That
years.
sounds right.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've been playing for 90 years.
I was playing back when the fucking Spanish flu finished, and we thought we need some miniatures to while away the day. I started back in the early 90s and shit, because Games Workshop palled up with, Milton Bradley, and they made Space Crusade and Hero Quest, like two of the greatest board games ever. And I played both of those, and I was like, give me more of this shit.
Oh, do it again. You made the camera shake. It was very... Oh, look out. That's intense.
It's getting heated. I just really enjoyed kind of the vibe that Space Crusade had, and I liked the idea of the Space Marines and all the crazy shit, and like the Chaos androids that they had.
I remember them. I've still got
the
one or two
Dreadnoughts.
somewhere around. Yeah, Dreadnought, I think I hacked up, made it something else.
And then the same guy I knew who had Space Crusade then picked up the second edition starter set and got me playing that. And I bought my own. I bought a squad of tactical Marines, painted them as Blood Angels of all bloody things, and I've been playing 40k ever since.
There you go.
And
Why?
then
Why are you still
HeroQuest.
playing?
Yeah.
Why are you still playing? Go away.
The universe, the appeal of the interesting universe and the story lore and the fluff was kind of what got me into it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what keeps me around. Like, even when I'm not playing, I still like reading about it. I like the more role-play kind of games. Like, I enjoy, like, Inquisitor and Necromunda, and I love playing Warhammer Quest as well, like the old Warhammer Quest.
Yeah.
I was playing that right up until the new Warhammer Quest came out. So I really like the more kind of toothsome, interesting stuff,
Okay.
also than the big battles even. But I do like my big battles.
Yeah, you do. You play Floorhammer once a year, don't you?
Oh man, the Floorhammer, it's so good. Where the plan for
That's
the next
not playing
Floorhammer-
until you're so drunk you're on the floor. That's not
Yeah.
Floorhammer. I learnt that the hard way.
Floorhammer is a game of 40k where you basically usually we get like a game store and we remove all of the tables and we play on the floor because it's super heavies and up, nothing smaller than a super heavy. So you're talking like, a 13-foot wide table minimum. So you can have Reavers and in the first one it was hilarious because we had like Reaver Titans and Warlord and Warhound Titans and Knights, and we were like, all right, we're nearly into close range because the las cannons are nearly in range, which was a bit silly.
Yeah.
How was it though? Like, because I always found when you were playing, because I used to play Mech Warrior on the PC. This is before they had the massive multiplayer one, but you used to find that the larger mech you had, the more boring it was because you just sit there at this ridiculous distance and just target fire. Oh, I hit. Target fire. Oh, they're dead. Target fire. Oh, I'm dead. There wasn't tactics, so to speak. It was just aim, shoot.
Look, in the first game there wasn't as much tactics. It was more like, how novel is this playing gigantic 40k? The second year we did it. Yeah, the second year we did it, it was a lot more tactical and there were objectives, but also we do stuff like we play it, instead of having side versus side, everyone on one side takes a turn, everyone on the other side takes a turn, which wouldn't fucking work in a game that big. We run it based on cohorts, so each, your army is basically split up into like 3,000 point groups, and so you say, okay, cohort 1 from the Loyalists goes, cohort 6 from the Traitors goes, cohort 7 from the Loyalists goes. So the sides are having alternating activations, but there were only like 3,000 points activating at a time.
Nice.
And so you don't just get vaped before you get a turn.
No, that's positive.
Well, I mean, when you're playing Titans, 3,000 points can be just one money.
Yes.
One money?
There was some
Yeah.
cohorts that were. This is the Warlord. It's a cohort on its own.
Yeah.
You know.
Half of it
Well,
is.
they're worth a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an expensive game to play.
Yeah. The Warlord Titans are worth a lot of money. I
Yeah,
got
you
one.
don't want me to play that game.
I got
prints on everything.
I got like a
Why?
second hand. I got like a second-hand Warlord for like $1,000. That's a second-hand one.
That is...
So the new ones are a lot more.
So it's cheaper with one hand.
Yeah.
So you started playing back Rogue Trader.
Not Rogue Trader. I just
Free
missed
Rogue
Rogue
Trader,
Trader.
wasn't it?
Ooh. No, just missed it.
Oh. Was Rogue Trader the first Games Workshop game?
Game for
No,
40,
it's
40
Talisman.
standalone 40k.
Technically, if you want to get technical, they released the Judge Dredd role-playing game.
And it was awesome.
Any stuff.
I had
Yeah.
I had Anderson and Dredd, and that was one of the first models I painted, and I was excited. And
Anderson was the first fictional character I truly identified with. I really
nothing
fucking
like
hate,
blowing people's minds out.
Judge
Yeah,
Death.
Judge Death. Yes.
Oh, I hated him so much.
Right, he's
You
great
know,
at
you don't
parties.
mess with Anderson, motherfucker. No, no, she's mine. Right?
So, Mark, how about you?
So, I
Why are you
probably-
here?
I probably came in at, what, 96? So I came in, I believe it was 2nd edition. I actually have my codex up here.
96 is definitely second edition.
Right there.
Yeah,
There you go.
Codex
Yeah.
Marines. Yeah,
Yeah,
when there
old
wasn't
school.
a fucking Codex Marines, it was just Codex Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but there
And,
was a Codex Blood Angels as well.
There was.
No, technically there was a Codex Angels of Death, which was Blood
Good
Angels.
there
point.
was.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yes, it included Dark and Blood. Yeah, right.
Yes, so, but I
just
was
didn't give a
actually
shit.
brought in 240k from Warhammer Fantasy Battle. I used to play High Elves and then got annoyed with their goody two-shoes and went Chaos Warriors. And then came across, because I was like, hey, these guys have armor and guns. So, so yeah, and I got a few models, and then I had like a, I don't know, probably a 10, 15... When did we start RLG? That would have been what?
What time is it now?
That was a long time ago now.
RLG in its first way of coming about was back when we were playing Counter-Strike. So that's where the gang sort of originated. And we weren't called RLG at that time.
It would have been what, 2014 or something
No,
that,
we very
that we
much
came
were.
back in?
Can we tell them what we were?
We record prisoners of recreational nudity. Work it out, people.
And, I have this distinct impression Greg and I started that entirely by ourselves.
Yeah, so we were actually a very popular clan. We had
a
many
lot of
people
fun,
wanted
though.
to join. It was a lot of
We
fun.
were a Counter-Strike clan
Yep.
originally.
And then it sort of moved on to other games, and then it started getting to RLG. RLG originally was called Real Life Drunks.
Yep,
Drunk starts with a G.
the G. Yes.
Oh, we were drunk. Mark, continue. Did you?
So yeah, basically when we started RLG, we all started talking about 40k, and that was when I was like, oh yeah, I remember this was really good. And I'd always kept up with the lore, because every I don't know, 3 to 5 years I'd remember that 40k existed, and would just go and download all of the codexes and stuff and just massively binge on the lore. And then yeah, sort of the rest is history. So yeah, but yeah, I'm very lore motivated. So you know, I've read all of the Fall Acadia and all of that sort of stuff. Not so much into the Horus Heresy personally, but all of the sort of 31st millennium type stuff. Yeah, I'm all over that. So yeah, That's really kind of how I came in, and what keeps me here.
Fair enough. Is
Fluff again. See?
fluff.
It's the fluff. Well, I was 14, maybe 13. Actually, no, I was probably younger than that. But anyway, I was in Queensland visiting my cousin.
Face.
Not just one. Sorry.
Face. Did scratch me.
Scratch my face.
You're welcome.
Got me. Bastard. Anyway, visiting my cousins up there, and one of my cousins, who's quite a bit older than me, was, and still is, absolutely spectacularly artistic. He, back then, was just creating models and this sort of stuff, but like we're talking using a scalpel on lead miniatures, on the original Rogue Trader lead miniatures, and like carving their hair from a full head of hair to a ponytail and shit like this. And I was watching him do this, just like mesmerized, going, this is fucking amazing. And then he showed me some of the miniatures he painted, and I'm just like, what is this, and how do I get me some of this shit? Because I'm thinking, right, he's like, I'm like 13, he's like 15, I can totally do this in 2 years. Anyway, so I go and get me Rogue Trader, because that's what he showed me, that's what he was playing at the time. I bought Rogue Trader, I was like 14 maybe, we're talking 1988, 89. And in fact, it must have been 88, because we went to Queensland for the Expo. I blame Expo. And
A lot of bad things happened at Expo.
yeah, not to me. It was pretty cool. But anyway, he's still a phenomenal artist, very successful creative person. And yeah, so I started playing Rogue Trader as soon as I could by myself, because no one else I knew had any concept of it. It got boring pretty fast because I was trying to play against myself, and I tried to convince friends to do it, but I didn't quite understand the rules because I was a bit too sort of noob, and it was like a noob trying to teach an ultra noob, and it went bad. Anyway, eventually I started actually playing it, working it out. Eventually some friends started to actually get interested with me. Then I started role-playing, got distracted for a while. Second Ed got released, and then a bunch of my friends started getting into it, and that's when it really hit for me. Went through Third Ed, loved it.
Yep.
Not as much as Second, but still got there. Fourth Ed got released like 3 minutes after Third Ed, and I was like, fuck off. Then I packed all my shit into the 1999 box, and it stayed there until about 4 weeks ago.
Yes.
And then because of that, my son has started painting miniatures again. And my other son has started painting miniatures again. And my daughter doesn't give a shit. And bless her. But yeah, I've started painting miniatures again too. And I really want to play Necromunda. Because I played Necromunda religiously. I loved it. I got an epic Blood Bowl team. I got insanely good at Blood Bowl. Not as good as my mate Tax, though. You remember Trent, how good he was at Blood Bowl?
Yeah.
We went to a tournament, and he's watching the Blood Bowl players going, yeah, they're shit. Yeah, oh my God, I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
The guy is like, any game, you get him played enough, he'll just tactically just work through everything and just annihilate people.
Yeah.
It sucks playing games against him.
I actually
But
really
it was
enjoyed playing
hilarious.
against Tax in Blood Bowl because...
Well, he just murder you, though.
No, actually, Blood Bowl was the one that I was very good at, so I enjoyed it because a challenge!
Yeah, I beat him a couple of times, but only because of Gobbo. I had this insanely good star player who was just like, if he gets the ball, it's over.
Yeah. No,
Anyway, so here I am, back again, and I'm doing a podcast, even though I haven't played for 25
how good is that?
years.
25 episodes she's been here and hasn't played a game during that whole time.
Still haven't. Anyway, Greg.
Hello.
What did you do?
How did I get into it? I got into it because I had a friend who lived around the corner from me who was from England. So he came back from England and talked about this thing called Games Workshop and stuff. And we had a local called the Games Cupboard in Woden.
Was that JB?
Yep.
I love JB.
Yes.
I touched my fucking face again.
Over JB. Disturbing. Right. So, yeah, I'd follow him around and go down a games cupboard and looking at his miniatures, and these miniatures are freaking awesome and stuff like that. He goes, oh yeah, I got all this, and he just had everything. You know, he was the Michael of my era. I went, oh, I should probably get some and try it out. So my first blister pack I ever bought were Squats Heavy Squad. Yeah, it was Squats.
I've still got squats. I've still got them.
And I thought, oh yeah, give it a go. I read the books a bit and went, oh, that sounds alright and stuff like that. But it was the miniatures that got me. I did get distracted by the Judge Dredd miniatures that came out. I said, fuck this 40k shit, because I was very heavy into 2000 AD comics at that point. I just remember every time I went down to his place, I said, oh, you got some more miniatures. What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? We played a lot of Warhammer with the cups and stuff like that all over the Tupperware. And I just went, this game is just awesome. For me, it wasn't the lore. The miniatures did it, but it was the tactical part of it. I can get competitive, and I just love the fact that, oh, okay, oh, fuck you, I don't want you to do that. How am I going to stop you? And I just love that competitive edge to it. And so I just sort of got hooked on it. I played Rogue Trader. I love the RPG. Sort of started out. It had a bit more to it, a bit more character than the Rogue Trader. 2 came out, 3 came out. I did play 4th Ed, and that's where I stopped playing 4th Ed, because apparently I got too old, clearly.
Also, one of your major players stopped as well.
Yeah, we all sort of just stopped at the same time. Why am I back? Anthony kept talking about it, and showing me the pictures of these new miniatures kept coming out. I'm going, I don't want to know. Fuck off. But Greg, look at this one. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Yes, I threw dice at him. And eventually...
Was it a 1?
Yeah. And finally, I just went, fine, I'll dig out my Imperial Guard and my Orcs, only to find that I had thrown out half of them. I'm missing so much stuff of it. I'm going, oh, no!
Where's the Orcs?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why am I Paul hammering?
Yeah. And we jumped on 7th there, didn't we? Until it became 8th, which was much better than 7th. Why am I still playing? It's that... Look, I used to say I'm a gamer first, then a painter and stuff like that, but I can see myself getting a bit more balance. I'm really enjoying the painting at the moment. I think in age comes wisdom. Nah, just don't have fucking time to play, so I might as well paint.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Yeah. And it's that competitiveness that I'm enjoying. I know I'll never win the Sports Person of the Year. I'm a very gracious winner.
You aren't. You are the best. You're actually a very quiet loser. We move on. The subject moves on very quickly. And I'm specifically talking about AFL here because I haven't played him in Warhammer for a long time. But if his team wins, holy shit, you don't hear the end of it ever. For 2 years, you'll be talking about the win. We won the premiership.
Back in '99, when we won the premiership.
We beat you. Okay, we beat you. And it's like, yeah, but... You know. Anyway, it's awesome. I love it. Can't wait to play him in Necromunda and fucking lose this weekend. Yeah.
I don't know how to play the new Necromunda. It should be interesting, especially with the amount
As
of...
if I've played the shit. Come on.
Fuck if I know what I'm doing.
I have learnt that there's really no way to tell if you'll win.
Well, a great thing about Necromunda is that it's a gang warfare, so it can kind of turn on a dime.
Yeah.
You know, if your gang, if you lose the wrong guy, your guys will panic their shit and run the fuck away. So I kind of like that. They're not organized fighters. It's not a war.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of gangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the variability is just off the chart. It
Yeah.
reminds me of old school 40k and what I
the
loved
character.
And
Yeah.
Rogue Trader, where you could build your army based
The
on base
RPG.
stats and what you were added to them.
Yeah. That's why I was addicted to Blood
I
Bowl,
know.
because of the star player generation. They get better and better to the point that you don't want to put them on the field in case they die. But
You get the same thing in Necromunda if you play long enough. Like, your guys get more and more stuff, they keep getting cool stats, they get cool gear, and then you roll a 66 and their head blows up. And you're like, oh, fuck. You know?
Don't get too attached.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Isabel's talked about her kids starting to paint. My boys have their own armies. The youngest one's playing orcs, the oldest one's playing Necromunda. Fucking Necromunda. Necrons!
Necronmunda.
Necronmunda. Now, why are they here playing? And it is purely because they see me playing and they see the miniatures I have. Which is great. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I love when we're sitting down in the afternoon and having painting sessions. That's just brilliant. Their attention span's a little shorter, but it's true. That's all. But
why have you been here since 2 a.m.?
Tuesday.
It's 4 p.m. 3 days later, Dad.
That's it. Yes, don't mind the mess. I think it's great that, but I always found when I tried to start playing 40k, the shit was so expensive for a teenager. I don't know where I got the money from. I don't know who I robbed, to get it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And we're talking about went back there.
There's
blisters,
a whole song about it.
The blisters, I think, were $15, but that was outrageous.
In mid-90s money, yeah.
It's outrageous.
I remember I bought my touch my face.
So did I. Damn it!
I bought
Touch your face.
my first undead blister. I got a skeleton horseman champion, a white.
Yeah.
He cost me $7.50.
Oh, outrageous!
And I'm like, yeah. Mounted character is about $50-something, $60 now.
55 for a standard one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is why I'm actually really loving eBay and like print your own shit. Where it's
but
I'm not talking about copyrighted miniatures. I'm just talking about you pay a subscription to an art person, and you can just print your own miniatures.
Yeah.
And they're not copyrighted. They've sculpted and designed them, and they put them online for sale.
I do think that there's a lot of alternative miniatures out there too, as well.
Oh, there are heaps.
Which makes
some
it
of
easier.
them aren't cheaper.
No, but some of them, I don't feel as bad giving them the money because the miniature quality is just going.
Yeah.
Holy
well, it's
shit!
It's like Victoria miniatures.
Yeah.
Those are fucking sweet models.
Yeah.
But they actually cost more than just buying Imperial Guardsmen a lot of
Which
the time.
is
and I think
it's hilarious because they're Australian based, but you're paying for an international.
Yeah, I mean the problem is, I think with her, she doesn't want to outprice Games Workshop because she doesn't want to piss them off.
Yeah. Well, there's a
So
few.
I think
Raging
she
Heroes is
deliberately
another
sells
one.
them for slightly more than you can buy the same thing from GW.
Raging Heroes is another one. I just love that stuff that they've got. They've got them all, and they're all female characters, and they're just so good.
Those are pretty.
They're the Sisters of Battle that we all wanted until the ones that came out. And Creature Caster. Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, those fucking.
Oh my God!
That they made.
Touch my face, damn it!
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing, but I didn't want to touch my face.
I'm out of alcohol.
So you're here for the sweet new miniatures.
Yeah, look.
I'm here for the sweet new miniatures because I'm actually painting only at the moment, and I'm getting a little bit excited about it. And I'm actually getting more excited about modelling, which is why my fucking chapter was always just crafting new shit.
Yeah.
Like a land speeder that's hover shit broke because it got broken, and so they stuck wheels on it and a sidecar.
I remember that model.
I've still got that model,
yeah.
and it's unpainted.
Oh, I remember that model. Yeah, that was very cool. I did like that conversion.
And I tried not to make it beardy. Like, anytime I made a model that was modified, I try not to make it beardy. Don't talk about the Dreadnought with a missile launcher on its shoulder. But aside from that, it wasn't beardy.
I remember that one too.
Shh.
No, you can't argue with her because if you do, she'll put her hand through your model.
You only do it once.
I thought we had closure for this.
Yeah. But yeah, like
We will after this weekend when I give him his replacement.
But But yeah, it was funny when you were talking about how you had that one friend who kept showing you the models over and over. Like, check out this new stuff. Check out this new stuff. I'm kind of that guy for most of the people I used to play with, because almost everyone I know from growing up doesn't play 40k anymore. But I'm still playing it, and I keep being like, "Did you see the new stuff that come out? Check it out." So a couple of my mates keep every couple of years getting back into 40k because I'm like, "Check out this cool stuff. Check it out."
JB's playing.
It would be in your interest to look at this site.
So, question to you all: what is going to bring new people to the game? It's expensive as fuck, right? But what brings
Sex.
new people? Sex.
Well, if you can get your wife into it, or your husband, you know, that's more people. And there's sex. And then you can hate fuck after you lose.
I'll show you a fucking charge range.
Right? See? Passion.
My plasma pistol's overloaded.
Oh.
Rolled a 1, overcharged, hurt myself. But yeah, I think
You're right there, Mark. Sounds very inappropriate.
I've said it a couple of times, but I think that the big thing lately they've been getting back towards that low barrier of entry, like making like little box games and stuff, and the ability to not spend that much money and get something you can play with. If if one kid has a set.
Yeah. But how much is that new Necromunda Underhive box?
Well, yes.
Yes.
That new box set is a shit ton of money. But
Yes, it is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But a single gang isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also you buy that box for like $250, and you don't even get like oral sex. You get nothing. Just
but
Depends on which store you go to.
Have you seen the quality of those models? It's basically oral sex.
Okay. Well, no.
See,
Make sure you use your clippers
I
really
looked,
well.
I don't think there was.
No, there are police in there.
No,
The
I'm
thing
not
is-
interested in them.
And you are
The
right.
thing is that no one is
Cool.
saying
Kind of
that Necromunda is an entry level.
No.
No one is saying Necromunda is an entry level. You buy a gang there, and there's a million pieces in it. It is the least.
Yeah.
Like, I would never recommend Necromunda to someone who has never played tabletop before in my life. What you want to do is you want to bring them in with Kill Team or one of the other board games where it's just a self-contained thing.
Yeah.
And you can drag the models over.
Well, you see them now making the board games that are exclusive to
Yeah,
Kmart and stuff like that. I
That
can't
new
think
game
it's called.
that's come out hasn't come out in Australia yet that I can't remember the
Yeah.
fucking name of.
It's
But it's
really
basically that. Like, it's
Can
got
it just be
the
Blockwall?
Well, they
Can we
haven't
go back to
sponsored
having
us, so we
Blockwall,
don't need
please?
to give them a name.
God, I love Blockwall.
it's like Space Marine Adventures or something.
Did
but
you know
it's-
they redid
it's-
Car Wars just recently? Anyway,
Yes, they did. Car Wars.
I loved that game. Yeah.
But
Touch my
it
face.
basically uses the Space Marine Heroes range as the models for it,
I didn't touch my face. I blew my nose.
and it's that looks like it's a great entry level. It's not that expensive.
I think they've also done
And
well with the
it's a
Snap
pretty
Fit
good game.
ones. The Snap
Yeah,
Fit. Yeah.
like the new push fit models, so there is cheaper options for your basic guys. They got like little box sets, like the first Strike kit, which is kind of like a really, really limited starter set with like a little bit of terrain and a little mat, and just like 2 squads per side.
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy the full box set, so you can learn the rules and get some models to get in there. They're much more sensitive to the entry point than they used to be.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they've done well.
And I mean,
It's
you've
very
even got
smart.
things like the contrast paints, where
Yeah.
if you've never painted a miniature before, you go grab an undercoat, grab a couple of colours, and any meathead can churn out a half decent result with those.
You cut me deep. Cut me deep.
Yeah, we're vegan
I mean,
friendly
I got
these
good
days. Come on.
results.
Yeah, I got good results.
I've actually been like dead set surprised that with the Blackstone Fortress Warhammer Quest, they haven't released rules for using 40k characters in it, like they did with the Age of Sigmar Warhammer Quest. Because I thought that was a really good kind of entry point for people. Like, if a kid had a copy of Warhammer Quest Silver Tower, one of their friends could buy a single $20 model to play with that.
Well,
and they got rules for that on the app.
you brought up
Free.
You brought up something that what they've also done is made kids' books on it. So when the kids
Yeah.
read the book, what do they want to do next? Usually they want to play the toys that comes from it. So it's another way of
Yeah,
getting new people in.
And the books, they're like a slightly sanitized version of the fluff, but it's like a kid entry level. It's good. It's that little baiting that hook and just kind of chucking it out there.
Yeah.
My boys love those books.
Yeah, so do mine. Which is great. Actually, my eldest is very disappointed Orcs is not out yet. It was meant to be, November last year or something. We must have missed Orktober.
Fucking
Fucking Orktober.
I love how everyone's dirty about that.
They will never live that down.
No, they will not.
No.
They
Like
will
they'll
not.
be releasing the next Gazcul Thraka model, and we'll be like, "When's it coming out, fuckos? October?"
Yeah.
Anytime but October.
Yeah.
Every single GW meeting, they're just like, okay, releasing some new orcs. It's going to happen anytime except October. Anytime. In fact, we can't even release it in November. It's got to be August or December. Okay.
Yeah. Too close to October. It will rile the fanboys.
We're
Rustle
riled.
their jimmies.
Jimbos have been flustered.
It will certainly piss the knobs off.
Hi. What else? All right. October is such a joke. Yes. Even our viewers agree October was a joke. It was great. The tease was good. Almost as good as, pre-releasing the Sisters and then selling out in
Yeah.
9 seconds and then
Those-
waiting for
Those
them.
sisters that came out in 2019. Lol.
Oh, I always touch my face.
I need to scratch my lip. I need to. And I've run out of beer.
It's just help if I
It's
just...
empty, y'all.
just oh, there you go. Bit of dregs.
That counts as a
dregs.
Does it?
That was
Good. Ready? Oh, okay, did it.
Yeah. Cool. Right.
Ready?
So
Radioactive drinking.
we have been going on for an hour talking about how good we are.
But we are pretty good.
No, we
I
should
never
talk
said
another
I
hour.
was
We
I'm
said it
fucking
for you.
magnificent.
What do we want to add? Why are we here? We talked about why we got in, why we're still here, and how other people are going to get into the game. Any other comments, peoples? Look at that! Whoa! Whew.
No, is it? I'd like to pose a question.
Yes.
Is it still, looking back on your life and looking at the game as it is now, and I think we've probably covered this, so this is going to be a very quick section. Is the game better now for kids coming into it? And let's go with when we got into it. And I mean, let's take an average age of about 16 or 17. Is it better now for kids of our age that are getting into it than it was back when we did it?
Whew, okay.
In some ways, yes, and some ways, no. I mean,
When
I remember getting into it for much cheaper than it is today. Like all the books and everything like that have just astronomically increased in price compared to back in the old days. I mean, you used to be able to get a codex for less than half what you pay now.
Yeah.
But everything else has gone up as well.
Yeah.
And
Like inflation's a thing.
yeah, well, yeah, and I realise that, but I don't know. It felt like it was less money back in the day, that's probably rose-tinted glasses for the '90s or whatever. But it's definitely a very high cost of entry. That said, though, we've got a much more streamlined game. There's less fighting over templates and things, or which facing there is, or all of that kind of stuff. There's much more resource as far as painting and building models and things like that, because you can YouTube stuff. Whereas in the old days, if the instructions were rubbish, you just glued it together how you thought it was, and then people would be like, "Why did you put that upside down?" or whatever. So
Like the second edition Rhinos, like most of those that I've seen have been built wrong.
yeah,
Hang on, how do you build a rhino wrong? It's like tracks
Well,
and a freaking...
when you get the 2 bits, and you can either put it all the way forward because you've got that little overhang, you can either slide it so it's all the way to the front, also it's at the back. And depending on how you put it together, it doesn't fucking work properly. And about half of the rhinos I've seen on eBay have been built wrong and have a big gap at the back of them.
That's because that's why they're on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just I can't find properly built second edition rhinos second hand. They don't show up. And I mean, I've got one that was built wrong from when I was fucking 10 and built a rhino. So
and that's just it. These days, the models they're I guess engineered in such a way that it's much harder to stuff up the building of a marine or
Challenge
really
accepted.
What? What are you accepting?
That I
Yeah.
can't stuff it up.
What?
yeah,
I mean, you
models are
can
so much
stuff it
easier.
up, but it takes more talent to stuff it up now than it did in the past.
Alright, so
Unless you're building forge mod stuff.
I think it is easier for people to get into it with the game sets out there. The snap boxes, the expense is there, but 8th edition when it first came out, absolutely easy for anyone to get in. Now they're complicating 8th edition with
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
yeah.
and
That is a pet
yeah.
peeve of mine.
Oh, so close. See that?
look,
I didn't do it.
well, 8th edition, when I was a kid playing 2nd edition,
I love templates.
none of us had any errata for anything.
Mm.
I don't even know
No.
if they released errata for anything.
No.
They
That's
could have,
because
and I would have had
they-
no idea.
They literally released statements. GW released in White Dwarf saying the game is a guideline. Work
Yeah.
it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Make
It's
your
the first
local
rule is
rules.
basically have
And
fun.
Did you,
Yeah,
Greg?
and
Did
like
you ever
so,
play at Sophie's place?
I'm not sure if I did.
She had house rules, and it went from
Oh,
the
yes!
ceiling to the floor.
Yeah.
That was her house rules, ceiling to floor.
Yeah.
They weren't high ceilings, but it was a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And
But it's-
some of it was related to her cat, but never mind. It was a lot of rules just to make the games run smoother, and they were pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Those two did really well.
They also never
But, like-
adapted to the new rules and said, nah, it's shit. We're staying with these.
Yeah,
Well,
I know. That was
yeah, well, like
third ed. They pissed off.
everybody else I knew did that when Third Ed came out. Like no one else I knew went to Third Ed except me. They all were like, "No, I like fucking Second Ed. Don't like change."
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's super complicated to keep up to date with 8th edition because they
Yeah.
keep releasing rules and they keep errataing stuff, which is good because they're making the game less broken. But I put it to you that 10-year-olds playing as a group aren't going to keep up with the
Shit,
changes.
no.
They're just going to
Hell
play
no.
what's in the
No.
book.
And, you know,
No,
the
they
10-year-olds...
don't have to.
No. The other part you were talking about, the resources. The amount of battle reports that are out there on YouTube and stuff, which we should be doing more of, is makes that everyone can... I'm learning Necromunda watching battle reports. Going, what? Yeah, that's how I watch Necromunda. But it is easy to find a resource to learn how to play. Don't follow
Yeah.
us and learn how to play. You'll end up with handprints
Yeah, well,
and...
we didn't have so much YouTube back in the 90s.
No,
Yeah.
it's not...
And in 1989, my YouTube resource was pretty low.
White
Well,
Dwarf,
yeah,
though.
shit,
The
in
White
playing,
Dwarf
I
magazine
guess.
was gold then.
Back in '93, most of us didn't even own a rule book. We were just assuming the other guys knew how to play.
True that.
What's the rule? It does
I
what?
owned a couple of Pearl Jam albums, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one person out of half a dozen of us actually had the rule book back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I owned a copy of the Warhammer rulebook for
Fuck,
like
I touched my face again.
editions.
Yeah. But at the same time, I did buy every codex, because as you said, they were like $20 each at the time.
I didn't buy any because I was poor.
Oh.
I had plastic box set Space Marines, squads and squads of them.
Well, the reason I had so many Orcs and so many Imperial Guard, because Gamesco was closing down, they said, buy one box, get 2 free. So I grabbed Gorkamorka and 2 more of Gorkamorka, and the Catachan box sets. Gorkamorka was awesome.
Gorkamorka was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was Necromunda in trucks.
Yeah.
It
Mad
was
Max
lots
Necromunda.
and lots
Mad
of
Max
fun.
Necromunda. It was awesome. Anyway, look,
Yeah,
we have
Nathan-
been rambling. We should wrap this up.
Yeah, but it's about us, which is why it's so
Yeah.
good.
Good point. Moving
So,
on.
yeah, I do think it's easier for kids to get into than it was when we were kids, but partly because I was 10, so it was a very complicated game to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my son learned the rules for Silver Tower when he was 5. You know, I couldn't have
Because
played
they have
Warhammer
parents
Quest when I was
that knows
5.
the fucking rules.
Yeah, that
I
helps.
know, but the rules are simple enough that he could learn them, and he knew
Yeah.
what he was doing. Like, you couldn't do that with 2nd edition, or original Warhammer Quest, or
I was
Necromunda.
14, I couldn't understand Rogue Trader. I'm like, shit, how does this work? What?
But it was a good read.
Oh, God, it was a good read. That's why I love the Amble.
Yeah.
It was the mystery of the dads that we attracted to.
Exactly.
So there you go, folks. We have rambled on about why we are here and why we have enjoyed this game for so long. We did take a small break. Well, I took a small break between 4th and 7th. I got dragged back, kicking and screaming, literally screaming, "Stop fucking showing me models!"
I'm still on a break. Don't tell me different.
Isabel is on a break until I get up there and show her Necromunda, and she'll be back.
At least you only have to buy
Still
10
there.
models.
You have to buy 10 models, and they're good
No,
models.
so it'll be only $400.
So it would be great to hear from you guys out there listening to the podcast and who was watching the stream to know about how you got into the game, or if it's via the computer games instead of via the miniatures, because there's a lot of games out there that's electronic versions of them, and you're going, what is this shit that they keep talking about?
Man, fucking Warhammer Total War. Ooh. I love that shit.
I've been watching a lot of that lately.
I still haven't played it. I kind of want to.
I kind of want to, but it would take time, I'm assuming, to play.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
yes, it does.
I don't have that shit.
And that's
Soon
That's
we'll
why
be
Let's
in
Play is a
lockdown,
good
and we
thing.
will all have time.
yeah.
Praise Papa Nurgle.
Part of their
Brilliant.
insidious plan.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the commencement. The Emperor shall be revealed shortly.
Anyway, folks, we will wrap it up. Thank you for listening to us, episode 25. Why are we here? Is that what we're calling it? We're going with that anyway, because I've said it out loud and it's recorded.
Go with it.
Any events coming up? Game days coming up in a couple of weeks?
We got the monthly game day, which will be on at the same time as the Necromunda Turf War at the same place.
Yep. Anything else?
Got the Grizzly and Bifrost Necromunda drinking weekend coming up this weekend.
To be fun. I do feel there is a painting challenge coming up. Another week or 2 weeks paint a day challenge coming up, like we did before Christmas. So be warned. Look at them all excited. It could be because we're all quarantined, so what else we're meant to do? But that's not the point. Okay. Thank you for joining us. If you want to check us out on our Facebook page, it is, strangely enough, at RLG40K. That is the 0 as in a digit, naught, nil, O. I hate, it's a 40, not a 40. Anyway, our Twitter is there as well. You can look at it. Instagram is there as well. It hasn't been that active lately, so we'll have to change that.
RLG Oz Gaming at Twitter. At RLG Oz Gaming.
Yep.
AUS Gaming.
Thank you.
Fuck, I touched my face again. I'm thanking these. I'm going to go and get like 11 beers.
Wonderful. As you can see, our Wobbly Player Syndrome will be filmed on this Twitch stream from now on, not on the Red Belly Twitch stream. That's my personal one. I can't handle hosting new people anymore. That's more involved for when Isabel and I are drinking and gaming. It's much more entertaining.
Tell me more.
So jump over after this. It's on.
It totally is.
So it's good night from me. It's good night from Mark.
Good night.
It's good night from Isabel.
Good night from me, Isabel.
And it's good night from Michael.
Why are we here? Well, for many of us, it's because some fucko kept showing us the cool plastic rack. Why are you here? Tell us on the Facebook page.
Till then, join us next month for more Wobbly Player bullshit.